Good day, everyone. In this video, I will discuss two important approaches in literary criticism, which are feminism and queer theory. These two theories help us understand literature in relation to gender, identity, equality, and society. Feminism is both a movement and a theory that aims to achieve equality between men and women. It fights against discrimination, unfair treatment, and inequality based on gender. In literature, feminism studies how women are represented in stories, poems, novels, and plays. It examines whether women are shown fairly or unfairly, and whether they are given strong or weak roles. Feminism also gives recognition to women writers whose work were often ignored in the past because society was mostly controlled by men. In feminist literary criticism is a way of analyzing literature using feminist perspective. It focuses on how men and women are portrayed in literary text. This approach studies gender roles, power relationship, and social expectations. It asks questions such as: are women treated equally in the story? Do female characters have freedom? Or are they presented positively or negatively? Its goal is to challenge male dominance and promote fairness in literature. For the purpose of feminist criticism is to understand how literature reflects society's treatment of women. It also challenges stereotypes about men and women. And for example, the belief that women should only stay at home while men should lead. Another purpose is to recover works written by women authors who were neglected before. And lastly, it helps readers become more aware of gender inequality in both literature and in real life. One famous example of feminist criticism is the A Room of One's Own. It is an extended essay by Virginia Woolf. In this essay, it explains that women need privacy, freedom, and financial support in order to create creatively. She also criticized how women were limited by society and how male writers were more recognized than female writers. This work became more important because it encouraged equality in literature. One main concept came from Simone de Beauvoir called the other. She explained that women are often seen as inferior or secondary compared to men. Another concept came from Elaine Showalter called the three paces of women's writing. First is the feminine pace, where women copied male writing styles. Second is the feminist pace, where women protest inequality, and the third is the female pace, where women created their own identity and voice. There are also more feminist concepts like Gilbert and Dubar, where they introduced the mad woman thesis. This idea explains that mad women in literature often represent women's anger, creativity, and rebellion against oppression. Another concept is phallic and ionic symbols. Phallic symbols represent masculinity, powers, and authority, whereas the ionic symbols represent femininity, fertility, and creativity. Now for the strengths and weaknesses of feminism. Feminist criticism has many strengths, like it highlights the struggles of women in history and society. Second, it gives recognition to female writers whose work were forgotten. Third, it promotes equality, diversity, and inclusion. And lastly, it encourages readers to think critically about gender roles and stereotypes. However, feminist criticism has also weaknesses. Some people believe it can be biased because it focuses mainly on women's issue. Others think it may ignore the experience of men. Also, feminism has many branches, so not all feminists agree with one another. But despite this, feminism remains an important theory in literary studies. Now, proceeding to the next theory, we have the queer theory and its history, or the history of the word queer. Queer is a field of study that questions traditional ideas about gender and sexuality. It challenges the belief that people must only fit into categories such as male or female, or straight or gay. Queer theory believe identity is more complex and cannot always be placed into simple labels. The word queer was originally used as an insult against members of the LGBTQ plus community. Later, many people reclaimed the word and use it positively as an umbrella term for identities outside heterosexual and cisgender norms. Today, queer is widely accepted, but some people may still find the word offensive depending on personal experience. One important concept in queer theory is heteronormativity. This is the belief that heterosexuality is the normal or preferred identity. It can be seen in society through laws, tradition, marriage expectations, or family roles. Queer theory challenges this belief and promote acceptance of all identities. For the major theories, first in line is Michel Foucault. Michel Foucault explained that sexuality is shaped by society, culture, and power. The next we have Gail Robin said that society values some sexual identities more than others, and Eve said Greek believed that sexuality cannot be limited to only gay or straight categories. And Judith Butler introduced the idea of gender performativity, which means gender is expressed through repeated action and behavior, not simply based on biology. Now, why queer theory is important? It is because it challenges traditional gender roles and stereotypes. It promotes freedom, inclusion, and acceptance. It also helps people understand that identity is shaped by many factors such as culture, race, class, and society. This theory encourages open-mindedness and respect for diversity. In conclusion, feminism focuses on equality between men and women, while the queer theory challenges fixed ideas about gender and sexuality. Both theories help us understand literature and society in a deeper way. They question unfair systems, promote inclusion, and encourage critical thinking. And that is all. Thank you for listening.